Everyone on Facebook Live, and welcome to the first live shot of Tender Talk. Now, what I've decided to do, actually hold that thought, before I do that, I'm just going to share this on a few different pages so I can get a few more people on here watching live while we have a bit of a chat this morning. So just give me a few minutes while we get this all shared up. So, how is everybody on this Wednesday morning? What is he driving to work, getting the kids ready for school? Okay, a few seconds and I will get this all shared, ready to go. So, while I wait for my internet to speed up a little bit, what I want to talk about today is provisional sum allowances in your tender. So, this is lagging, so let's just get into it. So, what I'm going to do over every Wednesday, I want to do it. So, I haven't really worked on an exact time just yet, but as my internet comes to life, we can get this shared. More people we have here, the better. So, have you ever got a tender and you find that it's just super duper words after words after words and you're very, very, very confused on what it is? So that's why I've decided now once a week, I'm going to pick one topic around the tender and explain it to you guys via Facebook Live. Now, setting an actual time, I'm not sure. We'll try it out and we'll see what works the best. We'll see, what we're going to get the most views. I might try at 8:30 in the morning, and I might try at say 6 o'clock at night. We'll see how many people jump on board, so we can establish a good time to do this for everyone. Because mornings are hard for some people and nights are hard for others. So let's get into it. Provisional sum allowances. Now, what is a provisional sum allowance? Just do one last share. Now, a provisional sum allowance is a sum that's been allowed by the builder for an unknown cost to the job. Now, there can be a few different reasons why this allowance has been made and why it is unknown. One reason is that there just might not be things that are not known until we actually go to site. So there might be something like demolition, stuff to do with underground excavation, things like that are unknown, that the builder's experience will tell them that we feel it's going to be a certain amount. So we'll put a provisional allowance in there. Once we get to site, we'll determine the final cost. Now, another reason is that maybe the owner may not exactly know what they want. They just have an idea of what they want, because you know what it is hard to know everything you want in your home right off the bat. So this is where we'll put a provisional in just based on by what you're telling us, by what we feel it's going to cost. So then as we move forward along the build and we progress along the stages, then we can come down to narrow down exactly what you want, whether it may be before construction starts, during construction, or what the time that thing needs to be picked. So say for example, you might have provisions for lighting that, it is specific to each individual person. So you might have your lighting meeting and you have a certain amount to spend there. You might have a provisional allowance for demolition because, until we actually get to site and actually do that, that could be one where the builder wants to just clarify a few things, or you could have a provisional allowance for peering. So there are a few different ways and why you're going to have provisional allowances. So I hope that clears it up for you guys on provisional sum allowances for your tender. Now, if you know anyone that needs to see this, who's in the process of getting a tender for their new home, or just wants a little bit of clarification on certain topics in their tender that they're unsure of. Now, in the comments below, I'd love for you to hit me up with some questions on things in your tender that you're unsure of exactly what they mean, and we'll get them covered over the upcoming weeks. Also, tag the people that need to see this, and I'd love to know if this time works for you or if we need to change the time up. Let's get a time where we can get more people here, we can have more of a conversation, and I can answer more of your questions about your tender. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next Wednesday for Team Talk.